This one is entitled Russia Sanctions Extended, because they were. Trump met with Starmer, and he's meeting with Putin, and all kinds of stuff going on. Zelensky's coming to town. Tate brothers are back in town. A lot of stuff. So we're going to get through it. We're going to get to it. We appreciate you being here. Hopefully you can hit that like button, do the subscribe thing, darken out the bell, get the notifications. You can become a member here. It does help the cause. Covered over on PrepperNow, there is an all-time low of trust in our media. Now, I don't know anywhere else you can get for about 30 minutes a day. All the major things going on, covered right. Put into a little document here. And the document has like links, like here, going to Taiwan Plus News. And you can follow the rabbit hole all the way down. That's right. So, if you like what we're doing, please support the channel. Please hit those like buttons. Please do that subscribe thing. Please join us as a member. Subscribe thing probably won't work. If you do subscribe, they'll unsubscribe someone else, but whatever. But we're just telling it like it is. It's just what we're doing here. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to say the truth. I'm too principled of a human being. So, if they don't like it, you want to shut us up, shadow ban, whatever the hell, do it. Go for it. Don't care. Because this stuff needs to be known. This is some big stuff going on. Okay? Oh, what's that? You want to hear it? Okay, here we go. Crisis report for February 27, 2025. North Korea sent reinforcements of Kursk region of Russia, according to South Korean intelligence. Earlier, the South Korean publication Jongan wrote, citing anonymous sources, that in February, January, up to 3,000 North Korean soldiers were transferred to Russia. Reinforcements are reported to include motorized infantry, sappers, and electronic intelligence units that were not in the contingent set in October. What's that? Oh, yeah. You click on that, and you can go to the rabbit hole. Isn't that nice? You're welcome. U.S. stock market plunges $500 billion in just an hour after Trump announces new EU tariffs. He thinks he's going to make us rich with tariffs. We'll see. We'll see. If he brings down my income tax, I'm cool with it. Taiwan, 45 Chinese military aircraft, 14 naval ships have been spotted around the country. On Wednesday, China closed off a section of international water 75 kilometers off Taiwan's southeastern coast for a live fire exercise where not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, 7 ships were spotted. Taiwan has deployed its own ships to monitor the situation, and it says it remains on high alert. New 30-kilometer-long defense line has been built in the Pokrovsk region, re-emboldening that the battle is still ongoing there. Breaking news. SpaceX launched a module to the moon. Falcon 9 rocket lifted off from Florida carrying Intuitive Machines ODYSEE module. In about 10 days, it's scheduled to land in the area of Mount Mouton, presumably the highest mountain on the moon. Ukraine. TASS news agency claims that the Ukrainian armed forces attacked the suburbs of Zaporozhye nuclear power plant, Energodar. With the help of kamikaze drones, glass of a house was damaged, the authorities reported. Threats of repeated attacks on Energodar by the Ukrainian armed forces remains. City residents are divided to avoid open spaces. France also wants to receive Ukrainian rare earth metals. Defense Minister Sébastien Lecornu on Friday at the France Info radio station Translated, he stated that Paris has been holding relevant negotiations with Kiev since October of last year. In fact, we were talking about uranium, right? Yes, we are. Trump has trade industry advisor Pino Navarro has called for the United States-Canada border review, according to the Telegraph. Trump wanted to cancel Zelensky's visit to Washington, but Macron dissuaded him. TV channel's source reported that yesterday Zelensky received a message from the U.S. administration in which he was advised not to come to the United States. He called the French president, who asked Trump to receive the Ukrainian leader, the article says. China, we will come for you sooner or later. The spokesman for the Chinese Ministry of Defense threatened the authorities of Taiwan. Far-right U.S. Secretary of Defense Hegseth, okay, he's far-right, says he doesn't know if Russia invaded Ukraine but was captured on Fox News, explaining Russian invasion of Ukraine. Okay. PKK leader calls on members to lay down their arms. Imprisoned PKK leader Abdullah Öcalan, who has been in Turkish prison since 1999, said the PKK must disband itself, and it's calling on it to lay down its arms. That'd be a pleasant maneuver. Turkey is open to the idea of sending troops to Ukraine after the conflict is resolved. Turkish President Erdogan discussed this with the Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov and Ukrainian President Zelensky. AG Pam Bondi confirms Jeffrey Epstein files will be released on Thursday. Well, they came and went. It's nothing but a whole bunch of redacted crap. NATO Secretary General Rutte says Ukraine's allies prepared to provide billions more in aid to ensure its security. U.S. expects Ukraine rare earth deal to generate $29 billion in profit, White House said. Romanian pro-Russian presidential candidate Georgescu has urged Trump to take over the situation in Romania. Israeli army has published results of investigation into October 7th attacks. According to the investigation, IDF is not prepared for a broad surprise attack at all. It did not even take into account the scenario of such an attack happening. Israeli forces had complete confidence that there would be early intelligence warning before any track. Israeli security establishment ignored all warning signs before the attack. Gaza division subdued first hours of the attack, and Israeli force only started repelling the attack in the afternoon. Between 6:30 and 12:30, IDF did not control the area surrounding Gaza. British Prime Minister Starmer arrived at the White House to meet with Trump. Trump's counselor, Alina Habiba, on the Epstein list. It is incredibly disturbing. We have flight blogs, we have information, names that will come out. Trump's counselor, Alina Habiba, on Epstein's list says it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information. I'll show it. Brazilian President Lula da Silva said BRICS was determined and the U.S. dollar's dominance at any cost to end basically the United States. U.S. President Trump's tariff threats will not stop the group's determination to find alternative platforms for payments between member countries. NATO is preparing billions of dollars in aid to Ukraine and contributions to security guarantees, Secretary General Rutte said after a conversation with Trump. For the second time in just 2 days, a world leader had to call out Trump to his face for lying about Ukraine. Well, let's get into this one. First, it was French President Emmanuel Macron. Today, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer had to do the exact same thing. South Korean intelligence agency reports that North Korea has sent a new batch of soldiers to Russia. U.S. expects a rare earth deal in Ukraine to bring $20 billion in profit, White House says, according to estimates. U.S. President Donald Trump extends Russian sanctions for another year over Ukraine invasion, White House has said. Russian markets suddenly crashing after the White House announced that Trump had extended sanctions on the Russians for another year. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said he spoke to U.S. President Donald Trump and the allies are preparing billions more in aid contributions to security guarantee in Ukraine. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the FBI is withholding Epstein documents from the U.S. Department of Justice. Russian negotiating team has rejected U.S. negotiating terms and demand that Ukraine surrender territory that Russia does not occupy. Utah is set to be the first state to ban fluoride in its water, supporting Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy. Bad Bobber, thanks for being a member. FDA has suddenly canceled a meeting with experts to discuss the development of next year's flu vaccine. Gene Hackman's death is under suspicious investigation after authorities found the home door left open and unsecured with a pill scattered beside his wife. The story's getting weird. So, AG Pam Bondi reveals that thousands of Epstein files remain with the Southern District of New York and will be handed over to the DOJ by tomorrow. Trump's would-be assassin, Thomas Matthew Crooks, reportedly had an accomplice, according to data, but the FBI is, well, they're doing a lot of bad stuff. So they're going to lock horns with some people here pretty soon. FBI Director Kash Patel states the Bureau is entering a new era characterized by integrity, accountability, and unwavering commitment to justice, ensuring no cover-ups, no missing documents, no stone left unturned. Lebanon, drone attack on Hezbollah targets in the town of Deir Hanoun in the south of the country. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said the Tate brothers who landed in his state are unwelcome and that the Attorney General is exploring his legal options. Chinese journalist claims that the U.S. and Russia are planning a joint action against China. J.D. Vance, there have been infringements on free speech in Britain. Starmer says, we've had free speech in Britain for a very long time. I'm very proud of that. UK Starmer says UK is ready to put boots on the ground and places in the air to sort out any Ukraine peace deal. North Korea has test-fired strategic cruise missiles as part of its assessment of a nuclear deterrence. Kim Jong-un, it is the duty of the country to protect security by being fully ready to use nuclear deterrence. Kim Jong-un says the duty of the country to protect security and being fully ready for nuclear deterrence. That's a doubler. Israeli leaders plan to resume the Gaza war within 4 to 6 weeks, aiming at deploying 50,000 troops in a large-scale offensive and conquer the entire strip. Strategy includes relocating Gaza's civilian population to humanitarian zones while intensifying ground operations against Hamas. And Trump is easing its rules on military raids and airstrikes, expanding the range of who can be targeted, according to CBS News. This one just broke. During his first overseas trip earlier this year, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, in a meeting with the senior U.S. military leaders from U.S. AFRICOM in Germany, signed a directive easing policy constraints and executive oversight on airstrikes and the deployment of American commandos. And I think that's it. So, there you have it, folks. Short and sweet. That's what happens when you have a person come to town and mean business. That's exactly what's going on. So, remember, folks, don't buy anything tomorrow, okay? In fact, go shopping and get all your groceries. So, trust me, they'll be out in front of the stores. You mark my words. Getting all heated. So, stay away. All right. Well, I guess that's it, folks. I know these haven't been long, but, for me, it's not a bad thing. I'm going to get back to a more normal time. This is very, very busy time for me. So, I appreciate you sticking with me. I know this isn't easy to be here at 12:28 on a Thursday night. And I know on the weekends when I should be doing it later, I can't. Well, because I'm getting up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning to sports ball the kids and all that kind of stuff. So, we're doing the best we can. But I appreciate y'all sticking with me. I appreciate you being members. I appreciate you hanging out. I had a feeling this is going to happen, but don't worry, this honeymoon period is all going to subside, and all the crazy is going to come rushing right back in. So, that is your crisis report for February 27th, 2025. Please hit the buttons and stuff. Join us on Subscribestar, Locals, Truth, Gab, Minds, X, Twitter. And thanks for just being a part of the community, So we'll keep doing the most comprehensive news. I mean, that's all there is right now because, well, we have a person in there kicking butt and taking names, doing everything he said. So, but don't worry, something crazy will break soon enough. So, it always happens that way. But have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow for another version, and hopefully be a little bit more rested. God bless. PrepperNow.